Hi, my name's Kim and I'm a specialized Chinese medical provider and Taoist practitioner. And this channel is all about you, sharing information and solutions from the ancient Chinese cabinet of healing remedies and helping you learn how to use those solutions in your everyday life. Today I'm going to talk about low back pain and some practical solutions you can use to help reduce your back pain. And you know, most of us have lived such vibrant lives that back pain kind of comes with the territory. So let me share with you 3 solutions that I use in clinic and on myself that I think could help you reduce your back pain between treatments. And just so you know, this is an honest review. I'm not getting any compensation for this blog. These are just products that I have found to be really effective, and I'm hoping they can be effective for you. So one of the problems with low back pain is the thought of, if I knew then what I know now, I would have done things differently. And when I was a teenager, I used to race a little quarter horse. I forgot to check the cinch. I was running her and the saddle started to slip to the side. You know, the saddle's not supposed to be on the side of the horse, so of course the horse started freaking out, and you know, so did I. Horses can go surprisingly fast when they're freaked out, faster than she's ever run before. And all I can remember is being airborne. And then I woke up in the hospital. I was bandaged up for a bit, but the lasting damage that was done to my low back was going to show up and progress over the next decades. And it's the same thing that happens with kids in car accidents. They may seem fine because they are just so resilient, but that accident changed the alignment of their spine or their neck. And the damage done will show up over the next decades of their life. Today, we know about acupuncture, which is one of the critical solutions to healing and repairing physical trauma due to accidents. But when I was growing up, it didn't exist. So what we did was ignore the pain and went on with our lives. In my 30s, the spurs really started showing up on my low back and my neck. And then in my 40s, I started having problems getting on and off horses. So that's when I turned to acupuncture. I had been using chiropractic, massage, and physical therapy, and they help. They just weren't changing the trajectory of the damage. So I ended up using acupuncture for 6 months, and at the end of it, I was pain-free. And I was pain-free for 3 years, so I didn't do any treatment for 3 years. And then after that, you know, I've put in a management plan to help manage my low back. But if you can't work with your professionals and figure out an effective management plan for your low back pain, what are some other things you can do? So I'm going to share with you 3 products that I use in clinic that I've had great success with, and hopefully you can find success with them too.
Okay, the most effective product is called Lubrisyn. Now, some of you may be using glucosamine, and I used to use that too. But check out my blog, Glucosamine, A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. It may have you rethinking glucosamine.
I ended up rethinking glucosamine, and the 2 products usually seen with glucosamine are MSM and hyaluronic acid. MSM's never worked for me, and nor has hyaluronic acid, so I was a little bit jaded when someone suggested I use Lubrisyn, which is human-grade, quality-controlled hyaluronic acid.
Lubrisyn started out as a product for horses, and it was effective for horses. So if you've been following my vlog, I have one out here on natural remedies to stop the progression of chemo-induced neuropathy. And in that one, I talk about horse owners and how they think their tack room is like their own personal pharmacy.
Well, this is one of those stories too. The thought was, if it works out well on my horse, it's bound to work well on me too. Humans started consuming it, and surprise, it did work well on humans. So the company ultimately ended up formulating the product for humans.
One of the areas where long-term horse riders have problems is with their feet. Chronic pain in their feet, it's not unusual. And I wasn't able to avoid the foot problems, and I couldn't run.
Let me share with you my Lubrisyn story. This product is pretty subtle. And I didn't acknowledge my success until something shattering happened. And what happened was I was in a parking lot. I had to get something from my car. So I ran back to the car to get it, which sounds simple, except I hadn't been able to run on concrete or asphalt for years because it was painful. And I ran back to the car and it was not painful. And when I did that, I realized that most of my pain was gone. I was doing things that I hadn't done in years. I had only been taking this product for a month when I noticed these results.
It's a liquid, and like your glucosamine supplement, you get your best result if you take it daily. And you can start out even with larger doses and taper down as your pain reduces. You can order it from the company, or there's a lot of other retailers that sell this, and I'll put a link to the company in the vlog description below.
This product really highlighted for me the need to buy quality supplements, because all my previous purchases of hyaluronic acid, I didn't think it worked. And so this product really identified that when a company is committed to quality, they make sure that your body can assimilate and can uptake the product and that it works. So, when you look at mass marketed supplements, they usually have a different goal. The next product I want to share with you is the patches from Yunnan Baiyao.
Like Lubrisyn, this is another one of those miracle products. They make this product as a patch, a roll-on, a powder, capsules. I've used them all, and for chronic low back pain, I prefer the patches, and I prefer the patches in the blue labeled box. This formula is really unique. So let me tell you a little bit about this formula, and if you buy it as one of these little jars of powder. During the Vietnam War, the North Viet Cong would carry this powder with them because it instantly stopped bleeding.
I had the opportunity to test out this powder, and this is a red label. So get the one with the blue label. This one gets a little too hot. So my preference, again, blue label, not the red label. But the ceramic knives are really sharp. And so I had one in the house. I don't usually have ceramic knives in the house, but I bought one just to see how they worked, because everybody was saying they were amazing. And yeah, they're amazing. They're super sharp. So, and that was my biggest fear, is that I would cut my finger off and not notice it. Well, my mom was using the ceramic knife, and sure enough, she sliced her finger open and it was gushing blood. So I took this powder, sprinkled it on top of the cut, and within seconds, the bleeding stopped. So super amazing powder. And then the other thing that I'll use the blue label for, the blue label Yunnan Baiyao, this one's Yunnan Baiyao with a P, and the one that I want you guys to use is Yunnan Baiyao with a B, is I'll give 1 bottle a day to horses that have an ulcer to help eliminate their ulcers. What this product does in trauma is it helps move blood. And in Chinese medicine, they have this concept called blood stasis, where they say the blood's not moving well. And a perfect example would be a bruise. The bruise, blood's just kind of congealing there. This helps get that blood moving through. And in a lot of long-term chronic damage, it really is about stasis, and this is a great product to get that blood moving again. So you might have noticed that Yunnan Baiyao, in one situation, it stops blood flow, and then in the other situation, it increases blood flow, which is a little bit crazy in Western medicine, because in Western medicine, medicines only work in one direction, and that's it. With herbs, with most of Chinese herbs, they support bringing the body back into homeostasis. You use the whole herb, and just like our whole body is an organ of homeostasis, everything within our body works to keep us within homeostasis. It's the same concept with herbs.
yet because it's such a unique concept, because we're so trained towards Western medicine, it can be kind of confusing and distracting to try and wrap your head around that. But this formula, Yunnan Baiyao, is probably the most in your face about bringing the body back into homeostasis, because cut yourself, throw some of that powder on and watch it just stop immediately. Then slap one of these on your low back pain and watch your pain go away within minutes. So really an amazing herb. Okay, that's the herb Yunnan Baiyao. Right now it can be kind of difficult to get, and just like almost all the Chinese herbs right now are ebbing and flowing. But if you can get it, it would be a great one to store in your medicine cabinet to use for a later date.
Okay, here's the last product. It's a CBD pain relief ointment, and it's made by CBD Clinic. And I think you're really going to like this. This is their level 5, so it's their strongest, and it's the one that I use and that I use in clinic.
There's a lot of confusion about the hemp products out there today. And let me tell you, when they first came out, I had a lot of confusion over them also. So let me share with you some of the information that I've gained on the CBD products, and hopefully this information is going to help you make a better, more informed decision on whether or not, CBD is a good option for you. My generation, we grew up with the terms marijuana and cannabis, yet we weren't really aware that there was a ton of cannabis plants out there, and that some of them didn't even have THC in them. So the federal government uses the term marijuana to identify cannabis plants that have THC in them. And why that's important for you is that there's some discussion going on out there that the term marijuana is derogatory. And it is, its origins are derogatory. So, I won't go into that. Well, do you want me to go into? No, I'm not going to go into that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to an article in the video description below, and you can click on that. It'll take you to a lot of the information that I'm going over with you right now, and it'll tell you a little bit of the history of the term marijuana. Like the many different varieties of apple trees, some are sweet, some are sour, cannabis has many different properties, and some of the plants will have THC and some of them won't. All this variety of cannabis falls under the category of hemp. And in 2018, the 2018 Farm Bill legalized hemp and hemp-derived products, including CBD. And so what does that mean? Well, the federal government also put a line in the sand, and they said it had to contain 0.3% THC or less to be considered hemp. And then any plants that contained more than 0.3%, that's considered marijuana. So you can and here's the other thing. I didn't know you can actually take these high THC plants and you can take all the THC out and still make CBD from it, but that would be considered illegal in the United States, even though the end product had less than 0.3% of THC in it. Because it originated with a high THC plant, it would be considered illegal. 0.3%. Let's put context around this. When I was growing up, the best marijuana plants out there were Sensimelia. And according to a 2016 study, the average THC content of Sensimelia in 1995 was 4%. Today, THC contents are 20% or greater, and I believe Sensimelia is 20% or greater today. So huge difference in THC contents. According to the 2018 Agricultural Farm Bill, all CBD products manufactured today have less than 0.3% THC in them. Basically, not marijuana. And that was probably what you were really concerned about is this marijuana or not? Nope, it's not. According to the federal government, anything under 0.3% is called hemp. Anything over that is marijuana. I hope this information helped you make a better and more informed decision on whether or not you want to use CBD oils or creams. I can tell you, the whole CBD thing has been really confusing for me, and with all the research that they're doing today on that plant, it is even more confusing. Generally, CBD is going to be safe to use, yet everybody responds differently. So if you take this product internally and you're thinking, oh, it didn't work, or I think I have anxiety, then this product might not be for you. But if you're open to trying a CBD product, this might be the best one to start out with because you put it on topically and you don't have to ingest it. Okay guys, that's the show for this week. Please remember to click the subscribe button below, and to get notified of new releases, click the bell. And if something in this video has helped you, please remember to give it a like. It helps me help you. And until next time, I'll catch you on the other side.